Hey YouTube, this is Taylor. Today is my 2 years, 9 months, and 29 days on testosterone update. Today's the first day I've ever really calculated it other than just months. And so that's really cool. I'm going to be hitting the 3-year mark coming up in November, so I cannot wait. November 30th, that's my big day. It was the most life-changing decision I ever made, and I'll never ever regret it. I've updated on, social media that I'm unapologetically transgender, and that's extremely true for me. I think that when you come forth and you tell people that you're transgender and that this is who you are, I think that you should go boldly, and I think that you should be absolutely positively proud of yourself and proud of the decisions that you have made to get yourself this far. On that note, I just want to go over a couple little bullet points that have been going on with me. I know some of you guys have been following my transition from the very beginning, and I know I have a lot of old friends that still watch these videos and stuff. I just want to reach out to you guys and let you know that I'm actually off of most social media. The only things that I do have are this YouTube and a Tumblr account. So you can still reach me that way. I have my email down below, so if you are looking to book a speaker for an event or for a university, you can always use my email down there to contact me to speak at your event. That would be fantastic. So that is still open for conversation. Just a couple different things. Things have been, this has definitely been one of the harder years of my life. I just, like everyone else, I've always wanted to fall in love, and I've always wanted to have this fairy tale wedding, and I wanted everything to be perfect, and everyone wants to find their soulmate. Everyone wants that piece that fits into your life, not your other half, but that piece that just fits in there, and you know that your life, you need them, that is someone who needs to be like a constant thing in your life. And over this past year, I met a girl, and we got married, and it was really good. I definitely don't regret it. It was something that we both needed at the time, and I feel like I really needed for personal growth. And it was always something, I feel like if I'd never gotten married, it would have always been something that I would have wanted to do. And so now that I've gone through that, that's been really interesting. So there's been a lot of growth. But not all good things last, and I can say that my marriage has ended, and there's legal separation, there's this and that going on right now. And well, first things first, before I get into this, I'm not going to dive into the drama, I'm not going to get messy, and I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus, but basically, if you've been through a marriage or a divorce or an annulment or anything along those lines, my heart goes out to you. This is my first time dealing with something of this nature. This is not something that I grew up with. My mom and dad are happily married and super fantastic, the most amazing people I know. And so all my life I've grown up with this mentality of really wanting this perfect fairy tale love like my parents have. And so I thought that that's what I was getting myself into, and it turned out that, you can want that all you want, but it depends on the situation and the timing and the people you meet and everything else. There's a lot of factors that go into a healthy relationship or a healthy marriage. So I can say honestly that I'm happy that I did it, and I'm happy that I experienced that. But at the same time, if you've been through something like this, if you've experienced this, my heart goes out to you, because this has definitely been one of the most difficult things I've ever gone through. And it really feels like you have this emptiness, this void that can only be filled by that one person. And it's really destructive, and it's really just the whole process of splitting up is really hurtful, and it's really difficult. But it was what was best for both of us, and I firmly still stand on that decision to split. But it's been hard. There are a lot of factors. Like I said, I'm not trying to put my drama out there or anything, but I will say this. I had a lot of trouble with my in-laws, and I had a lot of things, I had a lot of hatred thrown my way. And there was a lot of oppression and a lot of name-calling and just things that were very verbally abusive that you would never say to a trans person. And so I felt really trapped, and I felt really bad because I was trying to be a good example, like for the transgender community and for other people to see that I'm a normal, functioning, healthy, happy person. And I want people to see that. Like, I'm not a transgendered freak. I was born this way. This is who I am. And I wanted my status as male to be approved, and I wanted them to like me because I love their daughter with, my whole heart. And it really hurts when you have people coming at you and they're really oppressive, and so that really was difficult, and that put a large strain on our marriage, and that was just really, really tough. And I mean, I have had a lot of people give me their opinions about my transition and what I'm doing with my life, and I can honestly say that I've never had anything become so destructive. And I've had nothing but positive things from people about my transition. They're really happy for me. I'm really happy for myself. I can say that this is the best decision that I have ever made for myself. And if I had not transitioned, I would not be standing here today. I definitely, I felt so empty and I felt so alone before I transitioned, and I felt like I had nothing to live for. And transitioning really saved my life, and it really gave me that push, that hope, and that drive that I wanted to live the rest of my life, and that I wanted to survive, and I wanted to do better for myself. But, I was going to transition to be a male. That's how I was going to be. I was willing to lose my friends, my family. I was willing to put money into it, my finances, everything was around my transition, and I worked so hard to get to where I am today. So when anyone tries to disrespect you or your transition, that is so personal. That is your personal journey, and that is, no one can take that from you, and no one can make you feel bad for that. Wherever you've been in your past, your present, where you're going, any of that, no one is allowed to discredit you. Your feelings are valid, and the way that you felt and the way that you were able to realize that you were supposed to transition and that this was your purpose and that you are enough, no one can ever, ever, ever take that from you. So that was a big thing that I learned, was that, through it all, through the ups and downs, through the difficulties, my transition has kept my head above the water. And I can't say that about a lot of people in their life decisions. And so I think before you go ahead and bash me for being trans, look at your life. Are you happy with the life that you're living? Because I'm extremely happy, and I'm ready to keep going with my life, and I'm going to keep being successful, and I'm going to fight and pull myself up from the bootstraps. And that's just how it needs to be. So if anybody is out there oppressing you for who you are, or saying that they don't love you for a certain way, fuck them. You don't need them. You don't need them at all. And I've come to the realization that if you're standing in my way, if you're not going to be positive about my transition, there's absolutely positively no room for you in my life. There's no, especially with something so personal as that, I'm a really forgiving person, and I'm really open to people, and I don't get offended easily when people have questions about my transition. But when you're blatantly disrespecting me and the decisions I've made, like I said, there's no space for that in my life. So that's something that I've had to learn over the summer. So still going through all that. It's been really messy, but I'm trying to hold my head up high, and I'm sure that I'll get through this and I'll be just fine. So on another note, I've been writing more. I'm looking for a publisher, so if you know anyone that's in publishing, or if you're a publisher and you're interested in publishing a really rough, raw, unedited story about a transgender person, just trying to make it, please contact me about that, because I'm really, really, really throwing myself into my writing, and my goal is to get published in 2015. So that's my goal. I've been working on that a lot. Staying positive has been key for me. I know that with the stress of everything that's been going on in my life, I gained some weight, but since I've kind of calmed down from everything, I've been working out more and living a healthier life. So that's been really, really, really positive, and I'm just excited for what life has for me, and I'm excited to see where things are going, because if I'm certain about one thing, it's that I never know where my life is going. I've been so many places, and I've seen so many things, and I've seen so much hurt, and I've seen people struggle, and I just want you to know that you're not alone, and there are people out there that will listen to you, and that they understand exactly where you're coming from, and that I still believe that there are good people in the world, and that this is a good place to live, and this is a very progressive time to live in. I'm 22 years old now, but I still think that the generations below me are going to to be better off than we are right now, and I think that things are really going to take a turn and get better, especially for transgender people. So that's just what I've been working on, and I just want to encourage everyone, stay positive. Even if you're having a really bad day, try and focus on the positive. I know it's really difficult sometimes, but it's been really helping me get through my day. So thank you guys so much for listening. I'm sorry I never update, but I look forward to hearing from you guys and hearing your updates and seeing how you're doing in your life. And I just couldn't be happier to be here, and I'm really, really blessed and really thankful, and I just want to pass that along to everyone. So thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for watching.